It's Sunday, the 7th of February 2016. This is a chart for Northern Star Resources. Northern Star, had a little bit of a pullback the last couple of weeks. I'm not entirely sure what this was. It really underperformed a lot of the gold stocks over these couple of days, but it had that, quite, a bit of a shooting star there, and then a massive pullback a couple of times. I actually sold up here and bought it back because I thought this was a little bit overdone, especially with the dynamics around the Australian dollar gold price. Northern Star hasn't really done much wrong in the last 6 months. Production ticking along. I think they're churning out 30 or 40 million bucks of cash each quarter at the moment. So they've got a real war chest there, about 220 million Australian, and access to a bit of a debt facility as well. So if they keep churning out that sort of cash, they might be looking at something like a special dividend maybe. Or an acquisition, definitely, of maybe some smaller exploration around their existing mines, which is what they've been doing, but they might continue to do that. I think on Monday we could easily see this stock testing above this 340 again. I'd like to see it, get a real sort of push through that. This chart is not as bullish as a lot of the other gold stocks. A lot of the broker targets for Northern Star are quite a long way below the current price, so maybe 280 to $3. I don't think there's many with a higher target than $3. Those broker targets, I think going to have to be moved up with the rest of the Australian dollar gold sector. The Australian dollar gold price up to above 1650, and in my eyes, looks like I could go quite a bit higher towards 1700, 1750, and that's massive for Northern Star. Those sort of, if Australian dollar gold goes to 1750 from where it is now, it's another 50 million bucks for these guys a year at least in pure cash. So I think there's a little bit of a pullback here, but I'm not quite as bullish on this chart as some of the others in the sector. But these guys are good producers. What's happening at the moment does remind me a little bit of this sort of tops here. We had these slightly higher tops, but there was a little bit sort of lesser strength on each move, which is a little bit like what we've seen here. We've got this high move here, and then not quite what you see on these. I guess if you're looking for these higher highs, but it's not confirmed in the RSI, that's generally sort of a bearish sign. But it doesn't necessarily apply here because of just these guys are just Australian dollar gold producers. So if the Australian dollar gold price keeps going higher, they're going to keep going higher. But it's not quite as bullish a chart as some in the sector. But I think this 340 level likely to be tested in the first couple of days of next week, and hopefully a break above that. And then we're in blue sky for these guys. So they're the go-to stock along with Evolution. So can go a lot higher with the gold price.